This is magnesium glycinate, and if you don't already take this, I'm going to convince you in the next 5 minutes why this is the most important mineral for everybody. Everybody should be taking it. And if you're not currently taking USA Medical brand, I'm going to teach you why I started this brand specifically for magnesium, to be honest with you, and why we do it the best. So magnesium is the most important mineral ever. It's used in over 300 different biochemical reactions. So over 300 processes in your body require magnesium, require it. And magnesium comes from like two places, right? Pumpkin seeds are pretty high in magnesium, and the ocean. So unless you are eating copious amounts of pumpkin seeds or spending time in the ocean every single day, you are just not getting enough magnesium. And that's why over 70% of all Americans are deficient. That's a proven statistic. That's 70%. More than 2/3 of the entire country. And I would argue the world, but we don't have that data. I don't think people in the middle of India are getting enough magnesium. People in the middle of China, people in the middle of Iraq, right? Getting enough magnesium. So I would argue that more than 70% of the world is deficient, but over 2/3 of Americans are proven deficient in this essential mineral. So what does it do? Well, a few incredible things. First of all, it is the sleep supplement. Okay? There are tons of things that I recommend for sleep, and I specifically work with, right now I have 3 clients who are specifically, I'm working on their sleep. I do a lot of health coaching, and sleep is a really big part of that. And again, 3 clients that I'm just working on sleep. Magnesium is part of an arsenal of sleep supplements, but you have to start here. Because magnesium, and specifically magnesium glycinate, we'll get into the reasons about why glycinate later, but specifically magnesium glycinate helps with all 3 sleep stages: light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep. I'll probably put a little graphic or something here. So first of all, light sleep, like that's the fall asleep stage. Technically, you're not asleep during light sleep, and that's why I think like power naps are actually really helpful, because light sleep is a quick recharge. It's this really fast, like kind of dramatic, release of cortisol, release of stress, kind of this not detox, that's the wrong word, but de-stress, right? Like relaxing event. And it only lasts for about a half an hour to start with. And some people, if you have an Oura ring like me, you'll see that you have longer light sleep on bad nights, or you might be in and out of light and deep. The point is, light is the first sleep stage, and you have to kind of enter this relaxing pre-paralysis for your body to actually then enter deep sleep, which is arguably one of the most important sleep stages, right? Deep sleep, 2 critical things happen. 1, your brain detoxes. So this is the only sleep stage and the only part of your day where your brain has time to detox, like actually remove toxins. There's old enzymes, there's old endocannabinoids, there's old, stuff. Your brain's doing stuff. There's chemicals in your brain. And at the end of the day, your brain wants to clean them out, right? Your brain produces even things like serotonin, dopamine, like good chemicals. They linger, right? So your brain has to use enzymes to flush them out. And then finally, during deep sleep, your brain floods with magnesium. So as much free magnesium is in your body, your brain uses that to remove toxins and bring them down to your kidneys and your liver and get rid of them when you wake up and go to the bathroom, right? So if your body doesn't have free magnesium, like if there's not enough magnesium in your body to do that, your body won't do it. And your brain will just not detox. And then over the course of days and weeks, you'll wake up with more and more brain fog, more fatigue, less energy, less focus. Why? Because your brain's not detoxing. It doesn't have the magnesium to do it. right? And that's one of 300 different processes, by the way, that require magnesium. That's one. We're going to go through all 300 today. No, I'm joking. So, we're going to hit like 2 or 3, but that's one of the major ones. So deep sleep detox. And then REM sleep requires the amino acid glycine to help your brain recharge, energy recharge, the mitochondria perform. It's called cellular redox when your mitochondria, the cell's, energy powerhouse, actually creates energy, right? And it needs your redox cells, your mitochondria need magnesium. That's number 2. Holy crap. So while you're sleeping, we just found 2 major use cases for magnesium glycinate. And the glycine, I said, why magnesium glycinate? The glycine is an essential amino acid for this process of cellular redox and energy recovery and REM sleep as a whole. So that's one of the main reasons why glycinate, because you get glycine for free. But another reason, and I'll put the chart here, is the absorbability rate. Like how bioavailable. Have you heard that word before? Bioavailable. That just means how well can your body absorb this mineral, right? Magnesium oxide, that's the natural elemental version of magnesium. When I say elemental, I mean like just the natural, like what's found in nature. That has one of the lowest bioavailability. So it has the lowest absorption rate of all magnesium. And then we can talk about L-threonate or magnesium threonate to magnesium orotate, magnesium gluconate, magnesium citrate. What are all glycinate? What's the difference? Well, the main difference is the absorption rate, which magnesium glycinate consistently tests at the highest end of that. So the most absorption, you actually get to absorb the most of this, right? If you pay for magnesium oxide, I keep saying oxide, magnesium oxide, keep saying it wrong. If you pay for magnesium oxide and you pay for magnesium glycinate, you're actually only paying for like 50 to 40% of the oxide versus like 85 to 95% of the glycinate, right? So you're really actually you're getting more magnesium. Anyways, light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep are the 3 sleep stages, and magnesium glycinate specifically helps with all 3, right? So we found cellular redox, deep sleep detox, and then, of course, like central nervous control when it comes to like light sleep, relaxing your central nervous system and lowering cortisol. Stress is real, by the way. If you didn't realize that, cortisol is the stress hormone. When you are stressed, you have more cortisol. That's a good thing in some ways. Your body creates physical stress to improve glucogenesis, which is how your body processes sugar and energy. It improves your focus. It improves your energy to have more cortisol. So like stress isn't like a bad thing, but it is a bad thing for sleep. So magnesium glycinate physically will help your body reduce cortisol, lower the stress hormone, and help you sleep. Now, like anxiety is intangible. It's like, I have anxiety. What does that mean? What do you feel? Oh, I feel like a knot in my stomach. Okay, great. What does it feel like? It feels like sadness. That's anxiety, right? I don't know. But stress is testable, right? Cortisol is a testable hormone. So some people that suffer from high cortisol, actually have consistent, high cortisol or adrenal fatigue. It's a very common thing I hear is people who have, I think stress and anxiety are more common because of things like the news and TikTok and just if you didn't have a phone and you couldn't watch anything, you would just be like, oh man, I gotta cut the grass. That would be your biggest stress. Oh man, the neighbors need to paint their garage. That's your biggest stress in life. Whereas when you're on your phone, your biggest stress might be war in the Middle East, right? So it's a different thing, and we're all stressed, and I think our adrenal glands are active, and we're very filled with kind of this natural anxiety now. So while magnesium will help with the tangible stress, I'm not going to say it's going to help with anxiety, but I think there's a correlation between the constant pounding of cortisol and stress, the constant kind of heightened state of our adrenaline, our adrenal glands, and then kind of this constant, I don't want to say intangible anxiety is what I'm trying to say here. This thing that's just I just feel generally anxious. I do think magnesium helps with all that as well. Furthermore, magnesium is required in digestion. So anyone suffering from like poor digestion, malabsorption, low nutrient absorption. I have one client who we're working with specifically for gut health, right? She had, long story short, Barrett's esophagus from low stomach acid causing, stomach or acid reflux, and then, really poor gut biome, couldn't digest food all that well, frequent stools, which shows that like she's not digesting enough of the food. All kinds of things were wrong with her. And it really boiled down to like, take more magnesium. She was taking none, obviously. And so we got her on magnesium, and all of a sudden, like, her body's absorbing nutrients. We have her maybe, eating like a banana and kefir in the morning, or kefir in the morning. So a fermented probiotic, live active probiotic. I have her drinking some kombucha, sauerkraut. She doesn't like kimchi, but sauerkraut's great. Bananas are prebiotics, onions, artichokes. So just doing the things to restore gut health, right? But magnesium was a critical component, and it worked right away. Like day one magnesium pill, oh my God, I feel better, right? Why? Because it's actually an essential mineral. It's essential. Like, if you don't get it, your body is not like able to do its job. Like, all the things your body wants, your body has a long checklist every day, and it gets to certain 300 processes. It's like, can't do that, not enough magnesium. Can't detox my brain, not enough magnesium. Can't sleep, not enough magnesium. And your brain can't even do the checklist without magnesium. So the point is, magnesium in general is essential. Magnesium glycinate is the highest absorption. It's the easiest on your stomach. If you start with our recommended dosage, I take more than the recommended, but if you start with the recommended and you don't have any diarrhea, I'll be honest, that's kind of how you know. You're not going to like, if you take recommended dosage, whatever, you're not going to overdose on magnesium. But if you get diarrhea, you took too much. So, and a lot of people, you got to think, if your body is wildly deficient, of course your body's going to react weirdly and poorly to a lot of something. If you get nothing of something and then you start getting all of something, or your full daily allowance, your body's going to go, what is going on? And some people feel way better immediately. Some people feel just way worse immediately. Some people can't sleep way too much. I had one girl that took my magnesium, so she's like, I slept for 12 hours. I never do that. It's like, well, yeah, your body probably needed it. It was the first time your body was like, oh my gosh, I can detox the brain and just spend time like working on the body. Just keep her asleep. Don't wake her up, So yeah, there might be a bit of a reaction, not necessarily negative, but a reaction of some kind to a big dose. So start with 1 capsule, right? You don't got to start with 2, start with 1. And if you're like nervous, which you shouldn't be, because again, this is a helpful thing, do half a capsule. These are capsules. Like, you can open them up, right? Like, I'm not going to do it because I'm going to have powder everywhere, but you can open it up and like pour a little bit into like a smoothie or whatever. This is a salt. It's a magnesium salt, right? We need salts, electrolytes. We need chloride, sodium, magnesium, potassium. These are salts, right? Like, table salt is like sodium salt, but there's magnesium salt, there's potassium salt, right? So like, it's just a salt. It's great. We need it. We need it for our body. We need it for 300 different things. And I can't recommend it highly enough. I don't think that was 5 minutes, but hopefully you like stuck around, because this is, and by the way, right now, if there's a code, I don't know it. If you text me, I'll send you a code to buy 2, get 1 free magnesium right now. It's happening. And if you watch this like a month from now, it's okay. I'd be very excited that you texted me about this. So just text me, hey Jake, I want that buy 2, get 1 free magnesium. I'll get you that deal, whether it's happening or not. My phone number, my personal cell phone now, we changed our number. It's 814-403-0835. I'll put that like right here. This text me. Like, I might be a little bit slow in seeing it. I try to respond immediately, but like I might be a couple hours late. if I'm doing a podcast, I'm not going to see it until I'm done. But text me, yo, Jake, I want that buy 2 get 1 free magnesium. I'll send you a link to pay right away, and we'll send you that with free shipping. So that's how we do it. Everything's free shipping. Everything's insured and guaranteed. Like, I think there's a weirdness to vitamin companies where people are like afraid it won't show up, because it doesn't sometimes. Like, we pay for the best shipping. We get the best insurance. Like, you're going to get it. So the only question is, like, are you ready to start sleeping better? Like, if so, take magnesium. And again, if you're using a different brand, text me, because it's better. I'm going to show you. There's no silicon dioxide in here, right? There's no weird ingredients. If you look, like, why does like the one brand I was taking before we made ours, it was like, why is there plastic in my magnesium? Like, look at your ingredients. If you see silicon dioxide, that's plastic, right? Unless I'm wrong, unless someone can tell me that it's not plastic, I think it's plastic. Why is it in there? Oh, it's a flow agent. It helps the machines work better. I don't care about your machines, dude. I care about my intestines. So no fillers, nothing weird. We do everything the best. Lab tested, lab certified, So try ours. You'll love it. If you've ever taken magnesium and you've not liked it, it was a bad magnesium. You're going to like this. So shoot me a text, 814-403-0835. My name is Jake. This is the USA Medical Podcast. By the way, come join the Facebook group if you're not already in it. On Facebook, we do private events. I have private offers, special giveaways, special everything just for family members, and special sales. This buy 2 get 1 free is technically a special for family only, but I'm offering it to you to come join the family. So come join the USA Medical family on Facebook. My name is Jake. This has been the USA Medical Podcast.